Hey everybody, Mark Myra and Shane Allen here. Welcome to the Interlude Podcast. Shane, hello.
Hi, Mark.
Let's see, the Interlude Podcast. How do you describe this in one sentence? Hmm.
We watched the Rochester news and regurgitate it back to you.
Yeah. So you don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go through the biggest news stories of the week and then we talk about them.
Hey, you know that local news that you completely opt out of in your life to looking at? We look at it
Yeah.
and we tell you about it, which is the worst way to be informed.
Is the
Welcome to
Democrat
the Interlude Podcast.
Is the Democrat and Chronicle now just strictly real estate blogs listing Rochester as the number one city to XYZ so they could sell homes or something or get clicks?
Uh, a lot of Rochester media has been infiltrated by real estate agents. I have noticed that. Where it's just literally just ads for their listings, which is like amazing. I don't even know how they're like, check out this beautiful home in Pittsford. And it's like,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's just one chick for the Democrat and Chronicle that if you're rich enough, she writes 1,000 words on your home and
hmm
posts it on the Democrat and Chronicle. They just know that crap gets clicks.
There is something about it where people are creeps. They want to see what's going on inside houses. But they don't get like the inside scoop of like the ones that you do want to know about. Like there was the one in Webster, which is this drug mansion that went up for auction. And I want to see the inside of that sucker, but they just had the exterior photos. But yeah, no, I'd love to hit that peak in my real estate career where people are knocking on my door to get my listings on the news. Usually, my listings have already been on the news, and that's how they became my listing. Was somebody parked a Kia in the living room?
If you want to try comedy for the first time, or want to see some people do comedy, Rock Cinema every Wednesday for the Interloop open mic.
Yeah, yes, and Interlude Comedy Takeover coming to the Old Farm Cafe, June 27th. Get your tickets now. Just 15 bucks online. They're gonna be 20 bucks at the door. Get them now,
I went to
baby.
I went to see the new Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning,
Is
Shane.
it the final movie?
It should be, and I know this is not a hot take. It should be for the safety of Tom Cruise. Like, this is no longer this man just doing a jump with a motorcycle off of a ramp with a parachute that lasts, you know, a minute and a half. Look, that was amazing when he did it. It's no longer just that. It's no longer him doing a halo jump. This is a grandfather, Shane. A
Is he still
grandfather.
talking about still talking shit to the cast and crew? That's all I care about.
Like
Is
yelling
he
at
still
them.
is he still on set like this? We're gonna save movies.
Oh, he's the savior of movies,
Good.
100%.
Okay, good, good,
At
good.
least according to him. This is a grandfather, Shane, that should be just going to AAA ball games, at 11:30, doing that thing where he keeps score for some reason, knows all the Dominican guys' names, eating a coney and a knee high, okay, at Innovative Field or whatever the hell it's called. No, he's not doing that. This is a guy that is doing plane walking stunts like he's a circus man from the 1940s. What I saw, I mean, look, it was a mediocre movie. It was mediocre. It's a bottom level Mission Impossible movie. But what I saw at the end of that movie, it was like nothing I've ever seen in a movie before. It was wild to see this man doing these stunts for the amount of time he was. I don't know how they shot some of it. It was wild.
I know literally nothing about this film. I hope that the last 20 minutes is just him talking about Scientology, and that's what you're talking about.
That's 100% what I'm talking about. And smooth rate framing on your TV about how to get it to look proper, the blur, to get the blur on your TV. This was the most amazing thing that I saw, Shane, is first off, went to Tinseltown to go see it in the IMAX. I asked Lily, I said, Lily, would you like to, we should go to see Mission Impossible, thinking, hey, I have not done a date night in a while with my wife. Maybe we'll get some dinner. We'll go to the movies. And she took the opportunity. She goes, we should invite people. I'm like, okay, all right. So send the invite in the family group chat. Now we are taking her younger brother and my younger brother on this, what was supposed to be a date night. I was like, oh, you didn't want to go on a date with me? And she said, well, somebody's going to be coming here and watching the kids, so I didn't want to waste the night. She literally said, I didn't want to waste the night. That would have been wasting the night, is if we went together.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
So,
What a waste of a whole evening.
yeah, to go hang out with your husband.
Um, the kids are being watched, Mark. I gotta talk to anybody else but you.
Yeah, I need our younger brothers there. Okay. So, Lily's brother was on time. He's a punctual boy. We're at Tinseltown. Tinseltown has this new rule where they don't want people shooting each other there. I guess it's just all gun battles at Tinseltown now. So they have like pretty strict security. So we were waiting for my brother who was very late, so we couldn't get past the strict security. But it did give me the opportunity to watch what was happening with the security. Shane, I saw coming into Tinseltown an entire family of wheelchair people.
Ooh,
Okay. So I went and I opened the door for them, which I think was nice. The doors for wheelchair people, doors, the ultimate obstacle.
yeah.
Stairs, the ultimate obstacle.
I'd say sprinting, but
Doors a close second, soccer third. So
yeah.
I opened it up for the family that they like literally all of them were in wheelchairs. Um, and they all come in and they're going through security, and he's got to check like all their bags. They have a ton of bags in their wheelchairs, and he's going through this lady's bag and he finds food, and he makes her wheel back out to her car to put the food back, which is like at this bro, she's had a
Oh
rough
my
life, my man.
God, dude.
Let her bring in some jelly bellies.
Let her have some snacks.
For the love of God, bud. So,
Wow.
she she's wheeling like back in to meet up with the rest of her family, and I see it happen. Somebody opened the door to come into Tinseltown and didn't look behind them, slammed the door right in her face as she's trying to come in. I couldn't save her. I couldn't be Tom Cruise for her.
Dang. Well, she deserved it trying to sneak all that food in. What do you think you're better than the rest of us? DEI is done, bitch.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry, stairs everywhere.
Meanwhile, I want to talk about movie night. I
Yeah.
took I took my brother and my dad out to go see Friendship.
Please tell me it was good. I've heard good things. I've heard some people not like it though.
I'm sure my dad hated it, but he has also no reference point of who Tim Robinson is. So I was mostly watching, but thinking about him watching the movie, so it ruined the whole experience for me. It was just like, what could he even possibly take from this film? But mm, speaking about sneaking shit in, my little brother snuck in a pack of beef jerky, Slim Jims, 2 liters of water, 2 liters of water, 2 liters of water, dude. Blew my mind. He's like just like fat sleeving it. He had like the water. Like his whole thing was like, if they caught me, I was just gonna say I got really flabby arms. I'm like, okay, that would have worked, buddy. But then like also like 2 packs of candy. I
Is he
snuck
on a
it.
keto diet? Why all the meats?
I don't know. I don't know. They must have just been at the register. It must have been just a impulse buy. But yeah, I snuck in a can of soda pop myself and
Nice.
a bag of popcorn.
Okay. Well, I just bought my popcorn there. I didn't
Well,
sneak it in.
well, you were on a hot date with your wife and your 2 brothers, so I
Um,
understand.
I uh I remember I had that same moment with my dad watching Seth Rogen's Sausage Fest. I'm just like watching it with my dad, this like cartoon that's so vulgar. And I'm just like,
Yeah, I,
he doesn't like what we're watching right now.
I think I had that one for me was Team America World Police. My dad must have just not had any idea that it was rated R because we were very young
Yeah.
seeing that film in theaters. And there is like a 20-minute sex scene with puppets like in the beginning. And I cannot believe we made it to the end of the film.
Or I was in middle school and I did ruin a sleepover, like at least the vibe of a sleepover. So we're just like a bunch of 12, 13-year-old boys and like what should we watch? Happy Gilmore probably would have been the best thing to put on, Billy Madison maybe. And I suggested, have you ever seen the movie 12 Monkeys with Brad Pitt?
Oh yeah. That's a
Yeah,
good one.
it's good, not for a sleepover though. They're like, what the fuck are we watching?
Yeah, nothing like a nice little psychological thriller to
Yeah,
really make the mood tense.
I know. All right, Shane, should we get into some Rochester news?
Hell yeah, buddy.
All right, do you want to go first?
I can, and I'm going to kick it off with what I think is the most important story of the whole week, Mark. Canandaigua's got a new singing star. We got a new singer that's going viral in Canandaigua. Have you seen this lady?
I don't think so.
Her name's Pat. She's 89 years old. She's going viral on the internet because every single day at the strike at noon, she goes out onto her patio and she sings God Bless America.
Oh, damn, boy.
She has been doing it every day for 5 years straight.
Since 9/11?
Is that synced up? I'm not good at the math.
Since COVID?
COVID, but pre-COVID,
Yeah.
she's just been banging it out at noon every single day, and she's never missed a day. She did admit on camera. This was, I think, Adam Chodak was covering this story. She did admit that one time she was out having a little lunch because she's a tramp, and at noon, so actually probably dinner, and she was in the bathroom and she was singing it there. She didn't want to miss out on the singing, so she was just singing "God Bless America" in the stall in some public bathroom. Uh, as to why she started singing it, well, she of course listens to conservative radio because she is an old white lady.
Hmm.
And on conservative radio, which Mark knows, what they like to do is be really crazy patriotic. And at the station that she likes to listen to at noon, they would play God Bless America every day. So she decided, why listen to it when I can just start singing it, baby? Which really, that's gotta hurt you, Mark, that you can't even keep the elderly people listening to radio anymore. They're even going like, I'm gonna start my own podcast, I
Yeah.
think, by just yelling off my balcony. Uh, her biggest fan is her 92-year-old sister who lives right next door.
Mm.
This is happening in Canandaigua. They live in a retirement home.
Oh,
And that's probably the only reason why this woman hasn't been put into jail because A, nobody can actually hear in the retirement home. And if they can, they can't hear her singing over the sounds of their own screams for help.
yeah. The respirator humming in their
Hmm.
rooms.
Can you, let me ask you this, Mark.
Yeah.
If your neighbor was at every day at noon just belting out a song on their front porch, what would you do? What would you be doing?
I don't know. This might be the whitest thing I ever say. I might call the police.
I think I would maybe get 3 days into it before I shoot them with a BB gun. My neighbor blows his leaves into the creek between our yards, and I contemplate killing him. It's not good. If there was somebody every day at noon, especially because like if they woke up one of my kids from a nap,
Oh, after that. No.
done.
I
I'm strangling the old lady.
I remember the most egregious thing that happened with noise in a neighbor was I think it was my sister's graduation party. So it was at my parents' house. We were having like 50 or 60 people over. Like my parents rented a tent. So we had like a huge tent in the yard and whatever.
Hmm.
The direct next door neighbor decided that that was the perfect time to burn off the excess fuel in his snow blower.
Good.
And so just the entire for 8 hours, he had 8 hours worth of gasoline in there. It was just for 8 hours.
Dude, the leaf blowing guy, it's just all day with him. That's all he does. He cares about his lawn so much and making it look pristine that he is just out there. He's got one of those little backpack leaf blowers that's the
Oh, the
loudest
good
thing
ones. Yeah.
on the planet. And he's just all day, every day, just blowing these leaves in the creek. And it's like, I've told Elena straight up, I was like, if I ever start caring about our lawn, even slightly, just kill me. Because
Yeah.
that's the sign that like everything else is done. You've given up on everything else in your life, every other pursuit, any dream that you had, it's all dead. And now you are sinking all your life into making your lawn look good. Just put me down.
That's how, I mean, I don't know how your house is, but my house is pretty crusty. My house is pretty freaking crusty. Like I got 3 kids. I have way too many animals. Lily's not a clean freak. I'm the only one that cleans. My house is pretty nasty unless we're having like company over. My parents' house, who has no, they have nobody. They have nothing. Shane, my parents have nothing. They watch MSNBC and Fox News. I don't know how they have enough hours in the day. They have nothing. Shane, you
Wow,
walk in
really getting both sides.
both like terrible sides.
Where do they start? Do they start with the Fox News and go to the MSNBC? Which do they pick, like choose your own adventure? Do we want to
Kind of.
end angry tonight? What are you feeling, babe?
Um, their house at any moment I can walk in, pristine. Any
Mhm.
moment, any part of the day, you can't do that in my house. Like you might
No.
walk into I'm not even kidding. Like this is not me over exaggerating. You might walk into my house into a pile of dog piss. Like that's like there's a 20% chance that's happening. When you get to the
Mhm.
point where at any moment it's pristine or your lawn's perfect, just it's done. You like humans were not meant to live that long.
No. It's yeah, no, my house is disgusting too. But let me ask you this. I'll even raise it up. You walk in, you're at Applebee's, right? You're on another hot date night with your wife and 6 other family members.
Yeah.
You're at Applebee's, you go into the bathroom, and in the stall, you hear an elderly person singing God Bless America. What's your move?
I I
You
leave.
see, you're backing out of there, right?
You're backing out
You cannot. I don't
piss.
care how badly you have to piss. You're leaving.
My all right, so for Memorial Day, my kid is like really into she's in band, but she's like into it. It's not just
Hmm.
like my son's in orchestra. If he stopped doing orchestra today, his life would not change and he'd probably be happier. My daughter loves it though. She's in band, plays trumpet. She got the opportunity and she was like the teacher was like, "Hey, for Memorial Day, would love for you to play taps at this thing called like Taps Across America or something." So the whole time, dude, I'm thinking, "Oh, okay, we're going to like I don't know, we're going to like a grave, right? I don't, it's Memorial Day. I know we're supposed to pretend to be sad or whatever, but like we're going to a grave and she's gonna be with a bunch of trumpeters playing taps, right? Doesn't that seem reasonable?"
Yeah.
That's what I thought the whole time. Then finally I go like, so where are we going? What sad cemetery are we going to?
Dol Marina.
And I read it. Oh, we're not going anywhere, Shane. No. She's supposed to, at a certain time of the day, go onto my porch and play taps together, taps across America.
Oh no.
Shane, I just had a 10-year-old on my porch acting like we were burying a Vietnam veteran. It's my front yard, just like, "Bah, bah, bah." What are we doing here?
I would have shot your daughter with a BB gun like so quickly. I have an elderly neighbor that practices piano. Like she got a wild hair up her ass and she decided at 88, I'm gonna start learning piano. God damn, does this bitch suck
At,
ass
at
at
least
piano?
she, at least she picked the easiest instrument.
She's so deaf and so dementiated. and plays it so loud.
She picks the instrument, not an instrument that you need a lifetime to master and dexterity in your fingers to even play the notes. Not that.
She has just been trying to get chopsticks down for a year and a half, and it is not working out. Yeah, at least you got a little good yard. I had not heard about taps across America. That's good to know.
Yeah, it's
I'll
great to know.
I'll keep it locked and loaded next Memorial Day. So, last question for you, Mark. With
Yeah.
this 88-year-old woman that's singing "God Bless America" out of her patio every single day at noon. She said this is also a tribute to her husband who was in the Air Force or Navy. I don't know, something probably against his own will. Um, but made me start thinking about like, okay, when I die, because I'm definitely gonna die before Elena. I I've ate two packages of macaroni salad and one package of potato salad in the past 3 days.
Okay.
Not good. I'm gonna die way before her. But it was like, okay, what do I want Elena to be doing to honor me?
Hmm.
Do you have something that like when you die, what would you like Lily like every day at noon? Lily's like,
Oh.
oh, a little moment for Mark. What does she do?
Um,
Not the dishes.
no, not the dishes.
She has to
Let's
call up
see.
she has to call up your brother and be like, hey, I'm about to start thinking about Mark. Why don't you
Yeah.
think about him first? And then I'll go
We'll do it. We'll do
go
it
hang out with my
together.
brother.
Um, I really do. You know what? She can grab that Nintendo Switch. Why don't you play? Why don't you play? Why don't you play a game of MLB The Show 2025 for me? You
Oh,
know,
she has
hit
to
a
she has to hit a dinger every day.
yeah, dinger a day.
A dinger for the dong, man.
If yeah.
I'll put it on your
Why? What do you
gravestone.
got? What do you want Elena to do?
Oh, just get laid.
Oh hell yeah, brother.
I wanted to have a big screaming orgasm every day at noon. Right? Actually, I want to do it outside on our patio too.
Well, Shane, I got another news story for you that kind of goes with what we're talking about here. I saw this on Rochester Reddit. This is like a nationwide thing, but it seems like it's growing a little bit of traction.
Okay.
We're at the end of it. For those of you listening, it might be over by this time, but it's No Mo May. Have you heard of this? No Mo May? No
No mo
Mo
mang.
No Mo May? Have you ever heard of this?
No mo may.
No Mo May. No Mo May. It's
We're getting into really Shane Gillis territory, it
yeah.
feels like, with this podcast.
No Mo May is the new member of BTS.
I saw No Mo May dominate the sumo scene in the early 90s.
No Mo May, new pitcher for the Dodgers.
Sh
Like
Shohei Ohtani, isn't that his translator that got in trouble for the
no
gambling?
Mobe. Yeah.
He
No.
kept on saying some Mo May? And Ohtani was
No
like,
Mobe.
no
No
Mo May.
Mobe.
No
No
Mo.
Mobe. No Mo May, Shade, is a movement across the country where you do not mow your lawn for the month of May.
Well, I think everybody in Rochester participated since it was flood zone the whole fucking month of May.
But yeah, people in Rochester are now saying just the new thing, and they're trying to like grow this movement is wild lawns where you don't really mow them, you just kind of let them grow out. You don't put any fertilizer on there, no weed killer, just wild lawns. Shane, let it grow.
We don't do any weed killer or anything like that, but you you gotta cut it.
You
You're just
gotta
gonna
cut
have
it.
you're gonna have shoulder length hay in your yard. That's what you want. You know what grass turns into, right? You guys have seen wild grass before. It's awful.
Yeah,
It's humongous and it sprouts into grain. Like
it's great. It's literally great.
it's amber waves of grain.
So you've
I
got
know
it.
we sing it in that stupid song about America, but we don't actually want
So
amber waves of grain.
so some mow May is what you're saying.
If you're gonna do it, go all out. Like I've seen the TikToks, the Instagram reels of people saying like I got rid of my grass and I changed into clover. So then you don't have to maintain it and it's just like just grows clover everywhere. At least it's green and it doesn't grow up to your fucking
Uh,
head.
I'm sorry, guys. We have very little in this part of the country. We have such harsh winters. It's so freaking cold. Even when it's warm out, it's been raining. It's been raining like a bitch out there, Shane, and we can't enjoy the outdoors at all. What we do have in Rochester is that we can have a nice lawn. We're not like Albuquerque where it's just a dirt lawn
Mm.
or it's like some kind of rocks or something. We have a nice lawn. Can't we just enjoy what the few things we have in this city? The few things.
I'd be good with ever having a mow again. Except that means I don't have to get a shed and get the shed out of my yard because that's mostly just to store the lawnmower, open up more yard for I don't really do anything with it. But just like, yeah, it really takes the Amish down one more peg. I'm just trying to get rid of these Amish
Oh,
altogether.
sick of them.
And any business ties that they have, their chairs, their sheds, their barns, get it out of here.
I don't get how the Amish outlet works. Like it seems like it's everything that the Amish isn't. I don't know.
There's some stolen Amish valor going on, I think. There's somebody pretending to be Amish and run this business. Because the guy that we got our rocking chair from was a full-on Amish, and I drove out there to make sure.
Yeah.
It's like I need to know that you got kids out in the yard that are washing clothes by hand. I need your wife to be a big burly woman. She's
Hmm.
making a pie. That was the whole thing. And then he got ran over in his horse and buggy by an actual vehicle on the road because he shouldn't be sharing the fucking road with a F1 250 or whatever.
Yeah.
And he got mowed over. And then I called to see if they could do any repairs on this chair. They're like, no, he dead.
He's
And
dead. He's on Rumspringa,
yeah,
which is the name of the
permanent.
vehicle that that ran him over. This is how you know it's all fake. Right where I live, there's an Amish outlet where you can
Hmm.
buy sheds and you can buy playground sets and whatever, whatever, right?
Yeah.
They had a job opening for a full-time like playground putter together person. I could have applied for the job.
Yeah.
I'm not Amish. So that means the crap that's being made is being made by just normal, not Amish people.
So
So
this
what
is
are the
like
Amish doing?
this is almost like a tariff situation where we got Amish made goods, but not Amish assembled.
Oh, I don't like that.
We got Amish parts, but not Amish
Parts.
assembly.
Yes. I want
Hmm.
Amish assembly. I've seen them put a barn together.
Yeah, I want every piece of it to be Amish. Like I don't even want I want delivery to be Amish. Like I want to put place an order in Penyan or whatever, and they have to figure out the logistics of getting 6 horses strapped to this fucking shed and to bring it to my yard and put it in there.
And can I be honest? I'm not impressed with the barn raising. I've seen it where it's like, oh my God, in one day they raise a barn. Yeah, there's 900 of you doing it. I could build a pyramid in a day with 900 of you. That's not impressive. Get a guy, one Mexican guy in a bulldozer and two meth heads. They could put my whole house together in a week.
This is the reality TV show we need to be pitching. This is you want to stay in America? It's called Beat the Amish.
Yeah. See if we can do it faster than
Let's see
them.
what you can do. Get up, let's see it. Jose versus Jebediah.
Yeah. You're
It's gonna
so
be like
cocky over
American
there.
Gladiators with
All right.
nails.
So we're going to go to the Patreon side of the episode, patreon.com/interlude podcast. Just $4 a month, and you get extra podcasts and earlier podcasts and the longer version of this podcast. Shane.
Longer, stronger, and uncut.
Yeah. Just like my dick.
He's nice.
All
Circumcised.
right. All right. Bye, poor people.
Bye.